And back for the second night in a row, we have another PML pod. This week this pod will mainly be focused on fantasy. And tonight I'm joined by Andrew Wick and Jared Cohen.
Let's go, baby.
What's cracking?
You guys have the game on right now?
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm queuing it up.
Yeah. It's amazing that Austin Eckler is still being productive, right, Jared? He's having a great year.
I just don't want to think about that.
Actions have consequences.
So I
Trades
changed
have
my fantasy
consequences.
name from inspiration from the podcast today. Changed it to Any Given Sunday because there was some the Falcons. What a terrible team. They just somehow able to beat the Super Bowl champion Eagles. So Any Given Sunday, maybe I have a chance.
Congrats on beating the third worst team in the NFC East.
I think your heart's in the right place, but that name falls into the category of way overused fantasy names.
I've never seen it.
What?
Dude,
Jared,
what?
it's a whole fucking movie.
I don't know, Al Pacino in there. They got number 13 as the QB. Looks a little bit like Tua. I mean, I need some mojo, man.
That's like putting up Santa. Saying Any Given Sunday is underused is like saying Santa is underused. It's like the dude has... Oh my God! Phillips Rivers just threw another pick.
Greg, you're 7 seconds.
I think he must be behind because I just saw a run up the middle from Melvin Gordon.
I got
First
cable,
and 10.
bitches.
Rivers gets the snap, drops back, throws, and it's a pick. Greg's ahead of me. Fuck.
Oh, God.
All right, I'll hold off my reactions.
He must be 30 seconds behind. That's wild.
All right, so sorry if I spoiled for you guys or anyone listening live to the pod. But Phillip Rivers might have just thrown the pick six. All right, getting directly into podcast content, let's go over last week's results. First game, Tilka and Craig. Craig won 123 to 94-9. Tilka had some bad luck. And I had a lot of good luck.
Sorry, I was not prepared for that transition.
Sorry.
I was looking at the interception still. All right.
Did they count it? Oh, they did count it.
Jesus.
Spoilers, the pick six goes for it.
Glad I didn't start him.
All right.
I love the content. Anyways, we have a game break. Dun-dun-dun. After 9-ish minutes of the Chargers game, Luke leads Wick 3.3 to 0.7. Max leads Toka 1.1 to nothing. Barn burner. And I think that's Preston leads Craig 3.8 to 0.
Yup.
The extra point is good.
So going back to last week, back to Craig and Tilka. Tilka was burned by Gardner Minshew and not starting Kenyon Drake.
I mean, this was a 30-point game, though. Was that really going to make a difference?
Yeah. I mean, if he had... I can say I understand him not starting Lamar against New England because New England was kind of an unknown. A lot of people picked them as not a real defense yet.
Correct. All I'm saying is, sure, he could have started other people, but I'm not sure he could have won anyways.
No, I did the math. He would have won if he'd started both of those guys.
I'm the engineer. I did the math.
I was just curious. Also, I liked Krebs saying that Kenyon Drake was going to do nothing on the Cardinals, and he went for 24 in his first game.
Yeah, that's just one of those weeks that's pretty tough. But to be honest, I think this one's on Tilka. In hashtag my other league, I had to pick up a quarterback, and I grabbed Minshew. It did not do well. But if Lamar was available, I would have absolutely played and started him.
Yeah.
So questionable decision there.
Yeah, agreed. So let's just move on to the next game because there's not much to talk about there. But how about this ugly ass
Hold
game?
I didn't even get to add in my 2 cents. I wasn't trying to interrupt you, but is that an indictment on David Johnson? The fact that Edmonds and Kenyon Drake balled out on that O-line?
I think it's an indictment of Kingsbury. So
What?
I think David Johnson's better than both of those guys.
Those people? My point is, if those guys are able to ball out and he's probably running the same plays, why is David Johnson struggling so much?
I mean, I haven't watched much of the Chargers except for an ugly overtime game, but I wouldn't blame David Johnson for someone else's problems.
You know, I don't think enough has been made about how much McCaffrey is carrying Craig's team this year. Like, other than McCaffrey, your team is relatively assy. I mean, like, you had Cook for a while, and Zeke is good, but nobody else really
He has
scares
Ezekiel Elliott.
I said other than Zeke.
He's an incredible player.
He's not having the same year he's had before.
I'm not going to
Taylor
argue that the
Lockett having a great
RB1
year.
isn't doing a great job for me, but Dalvin Cook was RB2, and this week Tyler Lockett carried me as much as Christian McCaffrey did.
Okay, without looking, Wick, what do you think Tyler Lockett's ranking is on the season? And not your bullshit, like, week-to-week ranking, like the actual, like, points scored throughout the first 8 weeks of the year.
Well, let me look, Jared. Oh, he's number 3.
Oh, so you're right. It's pretty assy.
I mean, yeah. I think Tyler Lockett is a highly overrated player, both via the eye test and the stats.
I would, like, trade my left leg for Tyler Lockett right now, given the state of my team.
Your left leg's a little short for me, Jared. Sorry. Are we good to move on now? Are we done ripping Craig's team, which is currently in second place?
I was defending it.
Uh-huh. So
right.
Jared and...
Tyler Lockett is shit. Let's move on.
You're right.
Trash. Jared and Luke, this game sucked. I mean, Jared won, but... I mean, 93 points in a win isn't bad, but God, 61 points, Luke. Pathetic. And it's not even like there's much you could have done to make it better.
I'm still pulling this up. Hold on.
Well, Emmanuel Sanders at 17.
I wouldn't have saved him.
Well,
It would have made it closer, but he still would have lost by 15.
I'd say the biggest shocker is Niners D having 2 points after being the number 2 defense the whole year.
Jared, isn't like half your team on bye this week?
Yeah, I'm completely
Half your team was
fucked.
on bye last week. Did you just have it like all in 2 weeks?
I just got, like, double screwed. But I made it through the first one.
He got through the first bye because he played a guy who scored 60 points. Can he get through the next bye? Who do you
And then I traded him.
Oh, you play EB. He'll probably be fine. Sorry, EB.
He's projected to beat me by, like, 20 points.
25-point favorite, Craig. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
EB's a favorite?
By, like, 20 points.
25-point favorite.
Oh, Jesus, Jared. Maybe Krause was right.
I'm just gonna take an L this week, Craig. I'm not even worried about it.
Yep, just for this week, right?
Just this week, and then I'm winning out.
Yeah, it's a good thing you still have Russell Wilson. He's looked strong this year. Oh, wait. Dumbass trades.
Dude, OBJ is about to go the fuck off.
Bet. All right, next game is... This game really upset me because...
Craig, you gotta tell us what game it is, so we don't know what you're talking about.
This is EB versus Max. This game upset me because EB had his... I think this is... Since week 1, you remember week 1 he had like 150 points?
Yep.
This is the highest he scored since then, I'm pretty sure. 102, and he lost to 109.
Well, I mean, I think it's time, guys. I think it's time I put my once-a-year curse on Mr. Mike Evans. I'm doing it. I can't wait any longer.
This is
Mike
too
Evans
good.
has received the Wick curse. May Max's team rot in hell.
It's kind of like the same curse. You just keep giving it updates, I guess.
But it works.
No, it does work. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying you've just had it going for so long. This is like year 3 or 4 of the curse.
Hey, some people say I have magical supernatural powers. Not me, which is what others are saying. I'm not denying that.
Well, the curse probably only lasts for a certain period of time. He has to renew the lease.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm renewing the lease.
Yeah. Makes sense. I need him in my other league, though, so I kind of hope you're wrong.
Sorry, Jared. Nothing you can do now.
All right.
You're doomed.
So, here's the thing, though. EB kind of deserves it. Who the fuck is Jonnu Smith?
He's not bad.
Is Delaney Walker not playing?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, but just that whole tight ends, passing offense, is bad.
Yeah.
Well, Craig, he may not be bad, but if neither me nor Jared have heard of Jonnu Smith before, and our only data point is him getting 1.8 points,
yeah,
I'm going to go with him being bad right now.
He's tight end 25. Yeah.
Craig, I spent 2 hours
great.
of my day, for the past 10 years studying football, and I've never heard of this guy.
But have you seen who else is...
Tyler Lockett.
I'm going to be honest. As a guy who's had to stream tight ends this year, people are hoarding tight ends. It's been a bad year for wide receivers and a bad year for tight ends. Let me tell you.
I was going to make fun of those people, but I can't comment, so carry on.
That's part of Wick's secret formula.
Hey, I won the league that year. It worked.
I'm drafting 7 running backs next year. I swear to God.
If you can afford them, or if you think you can afford them, geez. You as soon as Christian McCaffrey next year probably goes for $80, and you probably tap out at 40, Jared. Let's be honest.
I'm not saying I'm getting the number one guy. I'm just going to get a ton of them.
Yeah.
Some of them to pan out.
Yeah, okay. Just like you were wasn't it on the pod a few weeks ago? You were bragging about you picked up the backups for Dalvin Cook and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
What have those guys done? I think Ellison has had 1 touchdown this year.
The backup for Madison is actually doing decent.
Madison, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, look, I was holding out. It's kind of like a stock option. I was hoping it was going to bust, and one of those guys is going to get injured, and I just couldn't hold on to it any longer. It's just valuable real estate on my roster.
Mm-hmm.
Had to pick up other guys.
Your draft strategy is that you want to get the entire 5th round of a snake draft on your team.
Yeah.
And sometimes it really works.
I'm like Warren Buffett. I'm a value investor. I'm a value investor. I try to find people that are good deals.
How's that working out for you the last 2 years, Jared?
Well, you got to switch up your strategies. At least I gave it a try.
I hope you switch it up this year, for Christ's sake. Moving on to the next game. This is...
shouldn't you want me to keep doing it if it's bad? Because don't you want to win?
I want the league to be competitive so that Luke respects us a little more. Because his opinion matters so much to me.
Did you only draft Seattle's quarterback because you work for Northwestern Mutual?
That's a good one. I never thought of that one. If anything, I would draft a bunch of Packers players because we're based out of Milwaukee, but I like where your head is.
If Jared drafted anyone based on that, they'd probably charge him extra. They'd be like, oh, Russell Wilson threw a touchdown. That's an extra $5.
I'm pretty sure I drafted Austin Hooper for $1 and then dropped him before the season freaking started.
I drafted DK Metcalf for $1.
I would really enjoy a running storyline where Jared and Kevin keep bidding on the same players every draft for the Packers.
Oh, no.
Speaking of Kevin, on to the next game. This is Wick and Kevin. This was
Game of the year. Game of the year.
Ugly game of the year. One of Wick's second top scorer was the Chargers kicker. And
I want to point out,
he had a hell of a game.
Jameis. I got a lot of hate, a lot of angry mail from fans, but he led me to a win. What can I say?
If that's the kind of win Jameis can get you, I'm not surprised.
I might bench Mahomes for him this week. Who knows?
Kevin got screwed by Aaron Rodgers choking. Last week was abysmal for their. I can't believe how bad they looked last week. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, Kevin's strategy I've tried before where he's got Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and Jimmy Graham all in the Packers offense.
Yeah.
And if it works, great. If the Packers get 30, 40 points in a game, you're pretty much guaranteed to win. Like, you can get 60 points for 3 players. But last week, when their offense looked terrible, you really kind of screw yourself over sometimes.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see many other performances like that from the entire Packers offense. But
No.
Jimmy Graham's been ass this year.
He hasn't been good since he left New Orleans.
I wouldn't say that. He was a touchdown machine in Seattle. He had 400
He had that
yards
one
and
year.
10 touchdowns or something.
He was better than Tyler Lockett.
Eric Ewan style. I can't believe you. I can't believe Devin Singletary scored 20 points.
He had a great game.
Jeez.
Dude, he's coming on strong. He's really good.
Yeah, he looks really good. I watched his highlights and he looked great.
He's a hell of a runner.
Why are they giving Frank Gore so many carries?
He's weaning off of them. If you,
But he was hurt for a while, Singletary was.
Well, I don't watch a lot of
Singletary
Bills
missed
games,
3
but-
weeks. But
Yeah.
if you look at last week, Singletary was the bell cow.
Yeah, well, if he's good, I'd probably start him over Devonta Freeman. That guy just sucks.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. So the last game, this was the surprise game. Baxter scored 141, kind of with the same strategy as Kevin of putting out his favorite team's offense.
Yep.
Stafford, Galladay, and who else?
Marvin Jones. He started 2 Lions receivers, and they both got at least 18 points.
That's amazing. Congrats, Baxter. You deserve it.
Marvin Jones had 40 points the week before. It was nuts.
Man, Baxter's bench is a wasteland, though. I mean, Todd Gurley, but
He had 4 buys.
sure.
He's got Cooper Kupp on his bench.
Cooper Kupp was on a bye last
Well, I
week.
know, but I'm saying that's a pretty good player.
Yeah, that's fair. Cooper Kupp is fine, but the rest is he has a kicker on his bench. Why?
It's just testing out the gay.
Hard to feel bad for Preston. I know Tom Brady sucked, but he got a lot of work out of Mohamed Sanu for his first week in New England. That was an impressive game. And Melvin Gordon finally broke out. Probably the last time we're going to see him score that much. But Baxter finally put it together and got another W.
The Pats D luck had to run out at some point.
Yeah.
He's been riding that for way too long.
Let's see what their average is now.
Probably
Average
only
points.
19.
They're still averaging 18.
Jeez.
This is the first time they haven't scored more than 14 points since week 3. That's crazy. So good. We'll see how the back half of their schedule does. They'll probably skull fuck the Eagles. I'll give you that. Okay, so that was last week's results. Is Wick still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was getting a salad.
Oh, okay. He's eating salads. Sorry, folks. So, Jared, let's talk about this trade. This is not as egregious as I reacted to it,
Thank you.
but it's still not great. I'll tell you that. Dak Prescott and Odell Beckham for Russell Wilson and AJ Green. I think
You want to hear my rationale, or do you want to go first?
give me your rationale first, and then I'll tell you apart.
All right. Here's the thing. Baker Mayfield said we have to force feed Odell Beckham the ball. If you look at the highlights from the game, if you just throw it in Odell's direction, even if he's covered, he still finds a way to catch it. He's like a god. And, his after catch abilities, he's like one of the athletes in the whole NFL. AJ Green is a fucking pussy. I don't think he's going to play the whole year. I don't even think his ankle is even bothering him. I think he's basically saying, look, Bengals, you got 3 choices. you either pay me, or you release me, or you trade me. But if you don't do one of those three, I'm not going to play. I mean, what's the incentive of him playing? I was talking with Krebs about this a couple weeks ago, and he's like, oh, well, he needs to show people that he's healthy. And I'm like, no. Like, if he goes on the field and he gets seriously hurt, like he pops his Achilles or something, he's losing millions of dollars. Like, there's no way he's going to put his body on the line. This is his last chance to get a big contract. Oh, that's my thought on it. So Odell cannot possibly be any worse. I need another receiver, and I don't think A.J. Green's going to play. And if you look at the averages for Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott, it's only 3 points per game difference. And also Russell Wilson, he scores like 40 and then he scores like 10. Dak, in a way, I like him better because he scores more of a predictable number, like that 20, 25. You know, just the boom or bust stuff's going to kill me. I need consistent production right now. So that's my reasoning.
Jared, I didn't pay attention to that trade, but which one of you got A.J. Green?
Luke got A.J. Green.
All right, Jared won the trade.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the Bengals player loses.
When you count this trade as Russell Wilson for Dak Prescott and OBJ, then yeah, Jared won the trade. So my initial reaction was because I thought A.J. Green would come back and maybe light it up just because they didn't trade him. They were hyping up that, oh, he's practicing this week and all this other shit, and now he's not even playing. So Jared wins the trade, but it's still a stupid trade.
There's no incentive for the Bengals to do well at this point. They got to just suck to try to get Tua.
I don't even think they have to try to suck. They could win one game.
Jared. The Bengals would go 0-16 and draft some shithead like Joe Burrow. He'd hang out for a year and a half, and they'd be 0-16.
You're not wrong. And I hope you're right.
Hey, Wick.
Mm-hmm.
You remember a guy by the name of Achilles Smith?
Oh yeah, my dad wasted hours of my life bitching about Achilles Smith.
Really?
Hours, days, weeks. Him and Peter Warwick, my dad's least favorite players of all time. Great in college, terrible in the pros.
He's probably really cheap, and that's why the Bengals got him. So,
y'all think Joe Burrow's going to go off this weekend, or you think he's going to get sacked like 50 times?
Now we're talking about college. I honestly think Wick probably knows more than me. I'm talking out of my ass because I don't pay that much attention to college football. But I feel like it's hyping up to be a quarterback battle. I feel like, as crazy as it is, I feel like the over is going to hit, and it's going to I'm thinking like 40-something to 30-something. Wick, what do you think?
I would actually go with the under, despite the fact that both of LSU's or two of their three top linebackers are out.
Yeah.
One transferred out a week and a half ago, and the other one failed a piss test last week and left the university.
Yeah.
I think this game has more of like one of those big game feels, and a lot of times these games kind of tighten up. A lot of these LSU games have been, 9-6, 10-7 one year, I think it was, 29-0. Like, the over-under, I forget what it is, but there's been a lot of games below that. I guess we'll see. I think in a lot of these games, people get tight and they're not going to air it out in the first quarter or something.
Well, what I'm saying is, do you think we're going to see Joe Burrow how he's done this year, or do you think you're going to see Joe Burrow how he was against Bama last year?
I mean, I think in between, to be honest, like he's a lot better, but he's not going to tear us up. But I would love to see the end of, I think it was either the 14 to the 15 game. If you forget it, go on YouTube. The one where we won, I think it was 38-17. And on the last drive with 2 minutes left, down 21, Mettenberger drops back in the shotgun and gets sacked 4 times in a row.
I just saw that clip on Facebook this week.
Crawls off the field like a dog trying to wipe its ass on the carpet. awesome.
That is the only time I've ever felt sorry for an opposing player, much less an LSU player, is because those 4 final snaps, he was the only player who gave a shit, and his O-line let him get wrecked.
And his O-line had guys like La'el Collins, really good NFL players that just totally gave up on him.
I remember watching the replay and being like, we did not work for those sacks that much. Like, I think Timmy Williams got 2 of them.
A 3-man rush.
Yeah, it was pathetic. And him crawling off was him telling his O-lineman, like, go fuck yourselves. I felt so bad for that dude.
I think it was after the 3rd down play, I think it was Collins kind of walks over to him and puts his arm down to help him up, but doesn't actually bend his body. He just sticks his arm out.
Yeah, and then Berger slapped his hand away.
Yeah. Y'all remember the scene, The Longest Yard, when Adam Sandler comes back in and they just decide they're not going to block for him for 3 plays?
Yeah.
Speaking of Jewish sports legends.
How'd you like it, Wick? How did you like the rankings?
I thought it was good, but you cut my announcement.
Sorry. Do you like how I did a little rap on your ranking?
It was solid. It took me a while, though. I wasn't sure if you were parodying something else or if it was just like a rap.
I was just trying to rhyme like every other line.
Solid.
They were very well done, Jared. I'll give you that.
Appreciate it. All right. So
let's talk about the current week that we are sitting in. We can go game by game, I suppose, even though we have a game live. Right now, Preston is beating me 6.4 to nothing. Melvin Gordon and Tyrell Williams playing tonight. What do you guys think of me versus Preston?
Let's see.
I'm for the fact that I'm playing the Chargers kicker, and the Chargers have 0 points so far. So,
I currently don't have a kicker because Robbie Gould is injured, and so I need to pick up a guy.
Where did Badgley come from? I've never heard of him, and he just comes in and drops 15.
I'm pretty sure he played for them last year.
Yeah, last year. He pulled his hammy week 1 or something. He's been out for 8 weeks.
Oh, man. All right, I'm looking at it now. You're projected to get 88.8. That's not ideal. Although Preston's not much better. I guess there's just a lot of buys.
Yeah, Preston also has a kicker he needs to replace, so that'll be interesting.
I will say this. Kamara may go off for 40 points. Atlanta can't tackle, and they can't cover people. And they also can't rush. So Kamara is going to freaking eat.
I could see that. Just because I hate Kamara and fuck me.
Yeah, and on the bright side, Julio Jones has to deal with Marshawn Lattimore, and apparently he's the greatest corner since sliced bread. So,
yeah, I need Mike Williams to score a touchdown. If he scores a touchdown, I'll feel safer because to me, he's the weak part of my roster right now. All right,
yeah.
Moving on. This is the Jared versus EV matchup that I was incredibly wrong about. So, EV apparently going to win by 25 according to Vegas.
Jesus.
How do you defend this, Jared? Good God. Hunter Henry with 1 point right now.
I really think Odell Beckham is due for a big game. He's just an unbelievable player. I don't know what to say. I would be surprised if the Browns, just really turn it around. They got Kareem Hunt back.
Another player you're starting.
Eventually this team is going to gel. They're way too talented. Maybe they got to fire Kitchens like they did last year with the other coach and get a new fresh mind in there. I don't know, but
I feel like Jared loves felons.
I believe in giving people a second chance. I like Mike Vick a lot.
You're starting a Chicago receiver, so that should tell you everything.
I wish Thielen would just suck it up and I don't know, take a cortisone shot and get out there. But
that is killing you. And Brandon Cooks.
Thielen has just been so sweet this year. Cooks has been awful. Like,
I'll be out for the year.
I traded Cooks for anything.
He has been out for the year, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know how much Jared spent on him, but I imagine it was at least like $20.
Yeah, 20, 25. And Connor has been like decent. It's
18.
just so frustrating. Like, you can't, if you get two of like your best guys injured right now, you're just fucked.
Yeah, I feel
Especially
that.
on like this massive bye week kind of thing. I mean, I'm probably just going to lose. I'm not even going to defend. I don't think I'm going to lose by 25 points or whatever, but I don't think I'm going to win.
Wickles, do you have anything else to add?
Nope.
I think Drew Brees is about to go off on the Saints more than Alvin Kamara is.
Oh,
All
my
right.
God.
Another
Disaster.
matchup. Wick versus Luke. Luke has Eckler playing tonight, and Wick has Keenan Allen. Oh, and Michael Badgley. What do you think of your own matchup, Wickles?
I mean, there's no way I can win this. I'm definitely going to lose. I am not jinxing myself,
Sounds like a reverse jinx.
but I'm screwed.
I'd be shocked if you lost this.
Luke has some interesting players
Get
in.
going! Get in the end zone! Oh, fuck.
You
Already
keep
had it.
screwing it for me. Like, my thing's like a minute behind.
Craig, how are you 30 seconds ahead of me? I have cable.
I'm on the East Coast.
So am I. What? I'm closer to the coast than you are, I think.
Yeah, you are.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know how I'm ahead of you. Don't ask. All right.
Hey, they might have to kick it.
Max versus Tilka.
No, don't pick it.
Get the points while you can. Oh, no, it's first and goal. I didn't realize you got the first down there.
Tip
I
drill.
mean, all right.
Max is projected to win. He has Waller and Jacobs in the game tonight. Both of them are kind of stinking it up. Sorry, Jacobs.
I think Jacobs has like a Fox like documentary or something tonight.
Is that why he only has 1.1 points? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think that's why he was avoiding Hard Knocks. So that way, like, you know, could save all the good content for his show.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. You sneaky Jacobs. I think Wick
I
is
just
kind
can't
of...
believe that that Max has the luxury of benching Juju Smith-Schuster, and it actually kind of makes sense.
I mean, what is he?
Juju kind of sucks.
He's wide receiver 33, Jared.
Look, sometimes you go with the numbers and the stats. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Oh, there you go, Jer Bear. Hunter Henry just scored.
Yes.
Spoilers.
That's all right. That's okay. That's a good enough spoiler. Now I can, like, really take this replay in.
But Mike
I needed that badly.
Now Jared can lose by 19 instead.
That's just savage, man. You're kicking a man while he's down. It's not nice.
Okay, final matchup for this week is Kevin and Baxter. And I really hope Baxter can put it together for another week to get another win. Because fuck Kevin.
You really don't like Kevin, do you?
I want him to take the ACT.
It's fair. Twice.
I mean, shit, I would settle for
If
once.
he gets a third, can we just make him take an MCAT?
No, because the MCAT's not as funny.
I don't know,
ACT,
it's like
he has to
6
try.
hours of pain.
The MCAT, he would just waste his weekend. Kevin's projected to win by 4, but...
What if he took the ACT like 3 times in a year, like every quarter?
Shit, there were kids in my class who had to do that. Hope Scholarship you only get Hope Scholarship if you get a 27.
What we should tell him is if he gets above a 32, he doesn't have to take the rest of his are wiped out. And make him study his ass off.
What was that, Wick?
Did everyone in this league get a 27 or more? I think we all did.
I got a 26.
Jared, no.
Well, that was a slacker in high school. Although I don't know if I could do much better. I'm not good at
We're going to
drop Jared and add Hunter just to pull up our league ACT score.
He's like when a program like Florida State signs a 3-star with like a 4.5 GPA just to get their APR up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Krebs got like a 25 or 26 as well.
I can't believe Baxter got a 34 last year.
Disgusting.
That was wild. That was amazing.
Very impressive. All right, let's finish up by going over the standings. Talk about kind of the projected playoff race right now and see what it's shaping up to be. Because we only have, 13 weeks in the regular season?
Yep.
So after this week, we have 3 more.
Yep.
Yep.
So
no, 4 more.
After this week.
There's 3 more after this week.
Yeah.
Is this week 10 or week?
This is week 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you right.
So at this point, Max has a 1-game lead over Wick and Craig, looking pretty good to get a bye. Not guaranteed, but in a good position. Those two are also pretty far ahead of everyone else in terms of points scored for their teams. At the same time, you have EB at 2-7 and Baxter at 3-6. They're behind a pretty big pack of people at 4 and 5. So I'd say unless something changes, those two are going to have a tough time getting in.
Especially EB. EB is 30 points. Yeah, EB's 30 points behind the next lowest points scored. I don't know how you come back from that and only having 2 wins.
And he had a 150-point game. That's insane.
It is interesting that Luke has never missed the playoffs in any one of his leagues. But he's only in 8th place right now. Just saying.
He could get hot. I don't think he does, but I think Kevin, is the only person in the top 6 right now who could fall out. I don't know who could replace him, but Kevin's team looks like doo-doo right now.
What about me?
Your team's also doo-doo. That's why I said I don't know who replaces him. Could be the guy who just got Russell Wilson.
I'm going to brag there's no tomorrow if Odell goes off this weekend. Just letting you know in advance.
I hope you do, Jared. Give it to me. So, Wick.
I might buy an OB if he does.
Wick, you said you were considering proposing trades live on the podcast. Were you able to come up with one?
I've already proposed a trade to both of you. You haven't responded, and I'm very upset.
Oh,
where?
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm gonna read mine out loud for the fans at home. Receive Jameis Winston and send Tyler Lockett. This has nothing to do with you saying how much Tyler Lockett sucks, right, Wick?
No. So look. My thought process here is everyone knows Jameis 1 of 1, the start of a future NFL Hall of Fame career. He's a legend in the making. He's leading a team. He won me a game last week. He's averaging 21 points this season. And in return, all I would get is a shitty wide receiver on a shitty NFL team. I think it's a pretty generous deal, man. I don't know what else I can offer.
I don't know what else you could offer either. So good luck with that.
I assume you'll accept, and best of luck to you.
My people will call your people. Jared, did he send you a trade?
Yeah, it's not. Look, I'm pretty desperate, but that's kind of pushing it.
Read it out loud for us, Jared. We're going to trade shame live.
Hayden Barber for Brandon Cooks.
I quote, I will trade Brandon Cooks
yeah, Jared,
for literally anyone.
You're not really selling yourself the best you can, Jared.
Yeah.
Let the record show I made
You're right.
two
Look,
extraordinarily generous
look.
trades tonight.
I talk a lot of shit. That's fair.
Uh-huh.
But if you can't talk shit, though, I mean, what's the point of this? Like, that's the fun of it. But I mean, what are his stats for the year? I feel like he doesn't. Last game he had 4 carries, and he's this big fat dude. I know he's not catching the ball.
Look, Jared. I don't care how good he is. He went to Auburn. I don't know why I picked him up.
Yeah.
I don't think at all. I was probably drunk. So I got to get him off the
If
roster.
you dropped him, do you think people would pick him up the next day?
I mean, maybe not. But if he dropped 10 books, would people pick him up?
100%.
Really?
I'm 100% sure.
No.
Somebody, I guarantee you, someone would pick him up.
No way.
I bet
Not
you
this
won't.
year. Not in 2019, year of our Lord.
How much do you want to bet? I can win back my what I put in for this.
I mean,
Someone would
does
definitely
any
take
coach
him
still
up.
have a functioning brain right now?
Yeah, it'll be fine in a week or two.
I'm going to leave my medical diagnoses to Baxter.
Concussions are like a week or two. You know, it'll be fine.
Yeah, he's only been out for 6 weeks. All right. That pretty much concludes our 40-minute pod. Any final thoughts?
I mean, I just want to say my door is still open. I have 5 top 22 running backs and Peyton Barber. I would like maybe a top 3 receiver. And I'm willing to trade Peyton Barber for a top 3 receiver. So just let me know.
Jared, any final thoughts?
You know, I might go to synagogue tomorrow morning. You know, somebody pray for me. I gotta make it back in the playoffs. Like, this is just embarrassing. It's like the harder I try in leagues, the worse I do. I just like dick around in some of these leagues, like almost win them. I just need to just be reckless. That's my problem is I'm just too conservative.
You're playing EB now, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, nobody's going to pray against EB. It's just mean.
Sorry,
That's
Jared.
true. That's
Like
true. It's nothing personal against EB. Well, here's the thing. He's making the playoffs anyway, so this game doesn't really matter to him.
What?
I
you
need
kidding?
this.
Oh, he's not making the playoffs, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
EB.
that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
All right.
you should just take an L and get some better draft position for next year.
I realized something. Jared, I know you've had a tough season with the Falcons. They're, 1-7?
Yeah.
But they only win when Craig comes to the games. So have you considered offering Craig free tickets to fly in and watch the Falcons make the playoffs 9-7, win it all? Dan Quinn saves his job.
I don't want him to save his job. They didn't fire his ass on the bye week. Anyway, I just hope we get Chase Young.
Not Tua?
No, man. Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, we need. That's what we need. We need another fucking receiver.
All right. I'm going to call it there. Good night, everyone. Make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe and turn on all your notifications. And roll tide. Beat LSU.
See you guys there in Tuscaloosa.